Hello and welcome, Capricorn. This is your story in the Jade Emperor's Great Race and the 2026 Yang Fire Horse Mojo. Red Horse year begins on February 17th of 2026, lasting all the way through until February 5th of 2027. Now we're going to give you your lucky charms and the lucky charms of Red Fire Horse year and how they blend together, and we're going to show you how you placed in the Jade Emperor's Great Race. That was a zodiac race, and what zodiac animal in China that Capricorn goes with, okay? So first off, we're going to give you the Yang Fire Horse lucky charms. Gemstones that are lucky this year are ruby for vigor and valor and great success. Also fantastic potency and dynamic amount of zeal. Carnelian, citrine, and red jasper are 3 stones for connecting to strong verb and wonderful dynamism. Amethyst also is really good for fortification of persons and property or to banish unhelpful frequencies. In addition to amethyst supporting the appearance of your skin, your hair, and your nails. The colors that are very fortunate for Red Horse year are vermilion red, red, yellow, gold, purple, and indigo. Very rich colors. You want to avoid orange and avoid green and stay away from dark green in this Red Horse year. Next, the numbers, the fortunate colors and numbers. Now the numbers are 1, 4, 5, 7, and 9 that are very, very beneficial and auspicious for you this year. Nevertheless, you want to avoid 2, 3, and 6. Now in Western Astrology, your sign of Capricorn the Goat, it corresponds to Chinese Zodiac Animal of Ox, okay? And Western Astrology sign of Gemini is in similitude with Chinese Zodiac Animal of Horse. Now understand, and you're thinking goat, and you think, well, isn't there a Chinese sign of goat, and aren't I the same as that? No, you're not. It's actually sheep or goat. It's usually mostly sheep, but they kind of recently changed it to goat for various reasons. Nevertheless, the sheep goat is the same in similitude with the sign of Cancer, and you're in similitude with the sign of Ox. You would think Ox would be like Taurus, but it's not. Taurus is like snake, and it's because of the time of year and the way the animals in that culture behave during a certain time of year. Okay, certain animals have certain symbols for certain times of year in different cultures. So it's the time of year. It's based on astronomical events. Okay. It's based on earth-based astronomical and earth-based physics, those kind of events, okay? Terrestrial events. They're physical events. It's not arbitrary. So understand that. So to clear it up again, Capricorn the Goat in Western Astrology is the same as Zodiac Animal of Ox in the Chinese. And Gemini is the same as Horse, okay? So now, Capricorn, what are your lucky charms specifically, and how do we fit that in to make you mix very well and be very much at your own most lucky and fortunate during a Red Horse year? Well, okay, Capricorn's lucky charm, gemstone. Yours is garnet. And didn't we say garnet was really lucky this year? That's one of the things that are lucky for Yang Fire Horse. So in that way, it's very lucky for you, okay? Because these are the kind of stones that are very lucky for you. So the garnet is red and pink and purple or yellow garnets are most auspicious, most lucky, as well as even reddish shades of brown garnets are the best of luck in Red Horse year. Nevertheless, you want to avoid the green or orange garnets during this year, okay? So just understand the red jasper and the carnelian and the citrine are the lucky stones, but they have a lot of, you have similar colors that you can use your garnet for that are similar to those stones, okay? As we mentioned, the red, pink, purple, or yellow garnets, the ones with reddish shades of brown, are going to be your best bets to go with those stones that we mentioned, to be similar to those in the way they look and in their coloration, okay? Now, colors that are lucky for Capricorn normally are red, black, white, and indigo. So red is lucky in a red horse year, of course. Black and indigo are very fortunate in this red horse year, and white is also favorable this year. So you really can't go wrong with any of your normal colors. So you kind of are in similitude with this year. Capricorn the Goat and Red Horse get along very well. Red Horse has certain things that are going to be more in sync with you than a different color horse. Okay? Because there's 5 different color horses, because there's 5 elements in the Chinese zodiac, and feng shui, and in the Chinese astrology, and in the Chinese zodiac. Okay, now, the numbers that are lucky for you are 3, 8, and 7, normally, generally speaking. What you want to do in a red horse year is avoid the 3, but you want to go ahead and you can utilize your 8 and your 7 are okay to use during this red horse year. Now, Capricorn, your place in the Jade Emperor's zodiac race. Well, Western Astrology sign of Capricorn, as we mentioned, corresponds with Chinese zodiac animal of ox. Okay, we mentioned that. Now, legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the zodiac wheel. Okay, ox came in 2nd place in this race held by the Jade Emperor. 2nd place, that's very good, very good. Ox was thought to be strong, okay, and most capable of crossing a river that had to be negotiated to win the Jade Emperor's race by the scheming animals of rat and cat, who hitched a ride on ox, on you, okay, in an attempt to use ox's strength and stability to win. Okay, what happened was this: rat made a deal with cat, okay, to hitch a ride on top of ox, because rat and cat were the best of friends. They were the best of friends, and thought that ox would be able to cross that river faster and more assuredly than anyone else, thereby getting them excellent placements on the astrological wheel. That was what rat and cat thought. Rat made a move that, oh, you were nice and let them hitchhike on your back, by the way. Okay. Rat made a move that caused cat to be thrown off ox, allowing rat to get ahead of cat and even finish in 1st place before ox. And cat didn't even get on the wheel at all. Cat didn't place at all. Was not one of the 12. Okay? Cat was kind of thrown off the whole wheel. But you, ox, came in 2nd place after rat, who kind of tricked you and tricked cat. And at least you came in 2nd, whereas cat was completely thrown off the Jade Emperor's zodiac wheel. Okay? Therefore, because ox was kind enough to allow shrewd rat and cat to hitch a ride, ox came in 2nd place, with rat finishing in front of ox. So ox took 2nd place in the Jade Emperor's great race. Now understand that in some cultures, like I believe it's in Vietnam, and I'm not sure about Japan, but I think in Vietnam or some of the other Asian countries that aren't as big as China, I think cat is on some of their zodiac wheels. I'm pretty sure. And you can check that out on the internet. You can look that up. But from the original Chinese situation, cat was thrown off. And some of the, people and later on when people kind of took their culture and made their own thing, some of them felt sorry for cat and gave cat a place. But this is how the original Chinese story goes. Okay, so, and just so you know, the way we know when Chinese New Year begins, like this year it's February 17th. Well, it's of 2026, and it lasts through to February 5th of 2027, sometimes in January, sometimes in February. It's the 2nd new moon after the winter solstice. So this year on the 17th, it's an Aquarius new moon, and it's Fat Tuesday, and it's Chinese New Year. Okay, those things, as far as a Fat Tuesday and Chinese New Year, don't always line up. But this year, they do. So it's Mardi Gras. Have fun. Okay, Capricorn, we'll see you soon. Stay tuned for more.